Julie Cassidy is the founder of the Marin Property Shop. Julie, what do you think the 5 top tips you could give somebody who's in the buyer's market in Marin County?
Well, I think that the most important thing that you can do for yourself first is to find a mortgage broker. A mortgage broker needs to advise you on how and why you should buy a certain kind of mortgage. There are many kinds of mortgages to choose from. Fixed rate mortgages of 30 years, 15 years, 20 years, adjustable mortgages, interest only mortgages. And depending on where you are in your life, are you going to live in this house for a very long time? The mortgage rates are still incredibly low at the moment. So that is a really, really important step before you start looking at houses and then decide that they're more than you can afford or they're less than you can afford. Get that taken care of first. Find somebody who will be on your team and help you through it and hold your hand and be an advocate for you. Make sure you get the right product.
Oh, great. So how do you kind of dissect a person's needs? Where should they live? How should they live? Where should they concentrate their kind of resources in looking for a house?
Well, I think that you need to prioritize the way you like to live. If you have children and a public school is going to be part of your life, I would advise that you do some research into the schools. How often do you commute into San Francisco? If it's a daily thing, what is your tolerance for commuting? Do you want to have the walk to town as part of your life? Do you want to live in a house that's got really a huge garden and your neighbours are far away? What square footage suits you? How many bedrooms and bathrooms do you need? Are you a hiker or a biker? Would you love to be close to all the trails that Mount Tam has to offer? I think all those things kind of bring together a puzzle that will help you figure out where you want to live. But honestly, in the end, I always tell people that you have to have that gut feeling. You have to have that kind of feeling in your stomach, and most people have it when they walk into the house that they end up buying because they just kind of know which one it's going to be in the end.
Right. So now we've fallen in love with the place. What are your tips in terms of making an offer on our dream home?
Well, I think the first thing I would do would be do a market analysis of the neighbourhood that you've chosen to live in, and we would go over that together, and we would come up with a price that we feel is fair and speaks to the analysis that we've done. We would then try and find out what the seller's needs are. Right. Do they have to move quickly? Do they want to stay in the house after closing and rent back for you because they haven't found anywhere to live yet? How does that work with your needs? Would you like to get your children into school by a certain date? Do you have to sell your house first? All these things are things that the two realtors should come together and work for you and work for the seller too, and make it a really comfortable process.
Right. So our offer's been accepted. So what are the next things that happen once the offer's been accepted by both parties?
Well, once you've come to an agreement on price and an agreement on the contingencies that are written into the contract, the first couple of weeks are busy. You are dealing with your mortgage broker to get all the paperwork to the bank or the lender that you're using. We're lining up inspections to be done, which has a normal boilerplate contingency removal of 17 days. If you think you can get the inspections done before that, and that is going to please the seller and that they're more likely to accept your deal, we can change that. It's very important to get these inspections done. I really don't advocate not doing them. It's really a very important part of the puzzle to find out more about the house. What are its pros? Are there any cons? Is there anything that you have to ask the seller to fix before you move? Or just learning about the house as much as possible, whether it's the roof, the plumbing, the swimming pool, all those kinds of things come out in an inspection, and then we have information to carry forward.
Great. So Judy, tell us a little bit about the closing process.
Well, you will sign closing papers normally at the title company. You can sign that normally a few days before the actual loan is going to be funded and recorded. You will be signing mounds and mounds of paper, more all the time. It will be very well explained to you by the title officer. You will be writing rather large checks probably, which you will have gotten a closing statement, pre-closing statement from your mortgage broker, so there won't be any surprises. And we normally are all together. This is a very exciting time. We celebrate afterwards, and then the loan gets recorded at the county. And after the loan is recorded at the county, normally within the next 24 hours or so, we will give you the keys, and you now are an owner of a new home.
That sounds great. So, Julie, how does somebody get hold of you who's a prospective buyer?
Well, I have a website, marinpropertyshop.com. I'd love you to look it over. You can look at homes on it, there's some advice on it. You can contact me at julie@marinpropertyshop.com, and my phone number is 415-246-3200. I'm a realtor with Frank Howard Allen in Mill Valley, and I work in the Strawberry office, and I can also be found there. I look forward to helping you with all your buyer needs.